All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the only indicators that I feel you could use as an ICT trader that's going to help make your trading a little bit more seamless and just give you an easier time identifying different things in the market. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see anyone in the comment section, part of the ICT cultist community, saying that as ICT traders, we don't believe in indicators. Indicators are bad. It's like a forbidden term sometimes in the ICT community. But even as ICT traders, doesn't mean that you can never use an indicator to make your job a little bit easier, boys and girls. So without further ado, let's dive into my indicator list. And I've went ahead and favorited the ones that I think can actually add some value if you are an ICT trader. And I will show you guys the top 3 that I personally use pretty much on a day-to-day basis. But if you want to screenshot this, feel free. These are just the ones that I have found value with, and I could see how, anybody that's an ICT trader could find value with it. I'm not going to break down all of these indicators, and just know this, guys, some of these indicators I really don't use anymore. Like, I don't use the ICT macros by LuxAlgo. I don't use ICT concepts by LuxAlgo anymore, but they are, some decent indicators that you can use. I don't use the breaker blocks anymore, but check them out, see if they add any value to you in the way that you like to trade. I could definitely see why they would provide value to maybe somebody that's a little bit newer to the concepts and has trouble identifying different things in the market. And, if it helps you identify things a little bit easier and take better trades or even prevent taking some not so great trades because of it, then I would chalk that up as value added. However, I will show you guys the 3 indicators on this list that I actually use pretty much every single day. And I'm going to start off by showing you guys the power of 3 indicator. So this indicator, if I go back to my indicator list, if you look up HTF, higher time frame power of 3, it's by 2 degrees. This really is a powerful indicator, and if I pull open the indicator settings, I'll show you guys the way that I have mine set up. So I have mine set up to basically show me a daily candle next to my chart, and I have used New York midnight toggled on because as ICT traders, we know that the actual trading day begins at New York midnight, and the algorithm is set to run off of New York local time price. Now, you can change the time frame to be whatever you want. You could change it to be a 1-hour candle. You could change it to be a 15-minute candle. I believe that there actually is a paid, pro version of this indicator where you could have multiple candles all alongside your chart that you're looking at with multiple different time frames. Now, I don't think that's super necessary, but if it's something that you want to have, then you can definitely look into getting the pro version. But the free version of this indicator is also very powerful. And the reason that it's so powerful as an indicator to use is because I think as ICT traders, a lot of the times we're just guilty of getting caught in the lower time frame, noise, so to speak, so often, right? How many times have you been on a 1-minute chart, a 30-second chart, a 5-minute chart, and you kind of totally zone out the fact that you're actually in, a really strong bearish daily candle or a really strong bullish daily candle, and you kind of just get sucked into the lower time frame bias, and that causes you to take unnecessary losses or just be offside with your trade ideas. So this, in my opinion, is just a good way to always keep the higher time frame bias and direction in mind when forming an idea on the lower time frames. The next indicator that I think can add a lot of value to most traders is going to be the ICT Everything by Cold Brew Rosh, I think would be how you say that. But if you look at it right here, ICT Everything, Cold Brew Rosh. But this is an indicator that marks out the specific times of the day that are going to be relevant and important to your trading day to day using ICT concepts. As you guys can see, if I especially zoom in a little bit, I have it set to draw a line at New York midnight, which is what 000 represents, 8:30 open, which is New York opening price, and then 9:30 open, which is the equities open or the stock market opening price. And then it also automatically marks out the monthly open and the weekly open on your chart, and it just prints it alongside of your chart no matter what time frame that you're on. The settings, you can obviously change the settings to have it show you whatever you want. Obviously, you want it set to the New York local time. As always, you can change this. I have it set at 31, so that just means once I go above a 30-minute time frame, that's when this indicator will no longer show up on my chart. So it won't show up on an hourly chart for me, but if you want it to show obviously on a higher time frame, you can change that setting if you'd like. And if I scroll down here on the settings, you guys can see that I have it set to show me the price lines for midnight, New York, equities. You can also toggle on this afternoon line if you want. This is just going to mark out when the PM session is starting if you're a PM session trader. I don't really trade the PM session all that much, so I just always kind of keep it toggled off to keep my chart clean for trading in the New York AM session. But then I also have this midnight vertical line toggled on, and if I just zoom out here a little bit and show you guys, the reason that this is also super helpful is because it just keeps your chart organized and clean, right? As you zoom out on the higher time frames, you can separate the days, right? So you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Obviously, a lot of people that trade ICT and that have been trading ICT for a while like to frame a bias based off of a weekly profile, a daily profile, and everything like that. So this just allows you to see what is going on day to day throughout the course of the week. So you can already see, you know, when your accumulation happened, when your manipulation happened, and then if you're in the distribution phase of the, you know, weekly power of 3. Now, this final and third indicator is probably the indicator that I use, I would say, the most, just because it's such a quick and easy indicator to throw on your chart. And I use it the most, but obviously I don't keep it on my chart all the time. I'm basically just looking at it right away in the morning to see how price has interacted overnight and how we have printed the Asia range, the London range. Basically what this indicator right here does, ICT kill zones and pivots. Pull back open my indicators list. So right here, this is the one by Trade for Op is the one that does this. But basically what it does is it prints the kill zone sessions based on, obviously, whenever you're going to be trading. So it'll print the Asia kill zone, it'll print the London kill zone, and it'll print the New York AM session kill zone and the New York PM session kill zone. This little yellow area is New York lunch. As you guys can see, it prints the London kill zone high and low. You can easily see when these levels are traded through, and that can help you form that bias for knowing when, you know, your reversals are going to be taking place, when that manipulation is turning into a distribution back the other direction. It just allows you to see it really quickly, and then you can just as easily take it right back off your chart. So it's just one of those indicators that just makes it so fast and easy to be able to identify these levels that can obviously bring a reversal once they are taken out. And it's just something that, again, helps me to identify when these manipulations are taking place in the market, so that way I can frame an idea, try to catch the distribution of the move that's going to follow, so on and so forth. And if I were to just pull open my settings here for anybody that is interested in copying these settings, here you guys go. This is really all that I use. So I just have the New York AM session, New York PM session, New York lunch, Asia, and London, all of these toggled on for me. You can obviously change the colors however you want. Again, you want the time to line up with New York local time. And all of that fun stuff, guys. So really, that's about it, guys. These are the 3 indicators that I use the most: higher time frame, power of 3, ICT everything by Cold Brew Rosh, and then ICT kill zones and pivots TFO. So these are the 3 most relevant for me. And like I said, guys, there's other indicators that you can check out that I think as you trade a little bit longer, you're going to, you know, not need them as much. Like, you're not going to need the ICT concepts by Lux Algo to print fair value gaps for you. You're not going to need the Lux Algo breaker blocks, you know, indicator to identify a breaker block in the market. These are things that, you know, if you're newer to trading ICT concepts and you just struggle to identify these things, like in the moment, it might be useful for you, but over time, you're just going to get more used to identifying these things by yourself. And you're definitely not going to need or want an indicator muddying up your chart. But if you're curious to do so and have extra time, you want to look up these other ones like ICT macros, ICT concepts, breaker blocks, you can feel free to do that on your own time, guys. This was a popularly asked for video just because I get asked the question a lot of times, whether it be on stream or in the comment section of any number of my videos. People ask me what indicator that I am showing at a certain time of me looking at a chart. So hopefully you guys found some value in this. Hopefully using some of these indicators can actually help you with your trading going forward, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, give a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.